Up.
Tab. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Oh
I
yeah,
can
you
hear you.
said you were going to have dual.
Yep, I was just gonna leave it, just leave it up so I don't screw it up. Alright, yeah, so I got a couple of images here I think I'm gonna use and just kind of explain what they show.
Gotcha. Oh, 1 second.
I'll do my
Okay,
own tutorial.
there you go.
Alright, and so the AI bot's in, let's run the ad so nobody gets ads. Apparently that's how it works. You start with an ad and then it's like an hour until you get another one.
I need to enable ads because I don't have that apparently.
Well, I don't get ads just because I'm subscribed, so
Fair. I just mean in terms of like my channel.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that is what you said. Duh. Pardon me. But no, I literally woke up and I saw the thing like, hey, you want to do 10 a.m. tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like I was thinking that you just were gonna delay it a day. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my laundry done. I'm gonna sit around here, and then you mentioned that you were looking for memes, and I'm like, why is he looking for memes? And then I saw your post saying we're gonna go live at noon. I'm like, oh no!
Yeah, I was like, oh. Well, I mean,
I was
because
like, when is my laundry gonna get done? And it literally finished like as I was thinking that and typing it to you. So, all right, cool.
Zelda 2. Oh wait. Ooh,
I'm
Decky poking the bear.
I know. I have a list of people that I think that are cool, and now Decky is very, very, very quickly going to the bottom of that list.
Hear that, Decky? You're cool. You're just the least cool. Uh,
This is probably a game, like, I was looking forward to playing this primarily because at one point I saw it on my Steam list and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. And then I was like, no, wait, I can't. It's on the Season 6 list.
oh, this is one of my favorite games. Like just in general, I hear. Okay, so the title screen menu literally starts with like one chord. Like the music starts with one chord, and every time I hear that, I'm like, time to play FTL. Now I gotta play it. Gotta reinstall it. If I somehow uninstalled it, I gotta play it now.
Is having the advanced copy okay? I saw that you have to turn off advanced features, right?
Yeah, you can disable them.
Okay.
Yeah, thankfully you
that
can.
Seems to be the one I have. Library.
Yeah, it
FTL Faster Than Light on an advanced edition.
Yeah, advanced was a free upgrade.
Okay.
So
I don't even know. Like I very specifically remember not purchasing FTL. So why I have it is beyond me. I don't remember anybody purchasing it for me. It just showed up in my library one
I
day.
want to say it was part of a few humble bundles, so it might have been that.
Possibly.
Yeah, Decky says humble bundle too. So I feel like that's how I got it.
Humble bundles, so that's probably how I got it.
I'm pretty sure that's how I got it. Was a humble bundle.
There was one at one point where there was just like a huge assortment of games. I was like, okay, I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this. Maybe I entered the code for FTL. That's as good a guess as any.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, there was a point there where I was, chipping in $1 or $2 on a humble bundle, and then I'd take 7 or 8 codes and just throw them in my library, and then not even look at them a second time.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, this is a wonderful game that, like, the more you play it, the more nuance you start picking up on, and the more techniques you start picking up on, and strategies you start developing, and it just
like Zelda 2, Decky.
Exactly, just like Zelda 2. Just like Zelda 2. This game is basically Zelda 2. So there you go. There you go. There you go. You got Zelda 2 on Season 5.
What?
It's basically Zelda 2. So here's your Season 5 Zelda 2.
There was no Zelda in 2 season. Wow. I think I just had a stroke. There was no Zelda in Season 2. 4. God damn it! I can't numbers today.
5 and 2. Something about those numbers.
50.
What's going on, Cup? Hey, Ash. Hello from across the house.
From across the room. Oh, the house. Okay.
I think she's giving Lily a bath right now.
Ah, gotcha. So did she set up her computer near your computer, or is her
Yeah.
computer in a different room?
Yeah, she's like 10 feet behind me.
I was gonna say if I had a better computer than yours, I'd be showing it off as well.
Yeah, she does have a better computer than mine. She has a way better computer than mine. And she knows what that means. That means something on my computer is about to break, and then I get a better computer. It's
I'm
gonna
just
happen.
happy that the computer I built at the end of 2020 is still going strong.
Yeah, yours is a beast too. Yours is better than mine. I made mine out of spare parts in a cave.
From a box of scraps.
Yep. Yeah, my computer's just gonna have a sudden tragic dropping on concrete incident, and then just
Oh yeah.
just like my phones. Ever tell you that?
No.
Every time Ashley gets a new phone, and she always gets an upgrade, so she always has a newer model than me. Something fucking happens, and I break my phone. So one time I was
Intentionally?
no. One time I was playing Pokemon Go, and I dropped it in the skywalk, and I was like, oh, well, that wasn't that bad. It was like, oh, whatever. And I picked it up, and I was like, oh, fuck, and the screen was all shattered. And I couldn't use it. Yeah, it was gone. And then the next time, I dropped it on the corner of the coffee table. And, yeah, and that cracked the screen and busted that one.
Oof.
Although the most recent time, Ash and I got the same phone. So now we're even, Steven.
Thank you for reminding me. I need to do something with my phone real fast. It's not broken, but the card, the SD card that's inside of it,
Yeah?
is fucked up. I can't write to it anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Well, that
so
sucks.
anytime that I go into my gallery, even though I delete everything from my SD card, within 24 hours, everything's back.
Oh. That's,
So,
that would be an issue, yeah?
in my little toolbox here, I have one of those. Oh, I see how I get it. Okay.
Alright. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna get on with the rules here.
Yes, please.
So, everybody, week 19, Faster Than Light. This is an amazing game, submitted by our very own Decky. Good job, Decky. Great nomination. So the About section here, basically saying you are part of the Federation fleet. You are basically delivering the Death Star plans back to home base so that you can take out the Rebel flagship. It is a space roguelike. And let's see here. So you have 5 hours. You must turn off the advanced content, and you can disable the advanced features on the ship selection page, which is in the hangar. Also limited to the Kestrel A layout, which is basically the vanilla ship. It's pretty, like it says here, it is quite balanced. It is, you're not really at a disadvantage in the Kestrel, but it doesn't have anything really special about it. What you're supposed to do is beat it on easy, then normal, then hard in 5 hours. Going by submissions so far, beating it on easy is not easy. So far it's been just me and Hex.
Has anybody beaten it on
Normal? No, not yet. I got to the boss. I got to the last phase of the boss twice in normal and just couldn't finish it. So, notes here, there's a fair amount of RNG in this game. While quests in the main core games stay the same, each sector will vary drastically. Quest results and markers will also vary. You are timed as per all wheel runs. And yes, it's a real-time strategy-based game. There is a pause button in ship battles. Use it, it will help you, trust me. I cannot underline, highlight, bold, italicize this enough. The shortcut for the pause is the space bar. Use it frequently. Use it, just use and abuse it. You can issue commands. You can change your targets. You can move your units around. You can change your your power distribution. All of that you can do while paused. Do it.
But I'm guessing, obviously, that your play timer
Still runs. Yes, absolutely. Yes, your timer will still run. And that's fine, because losing 5, 10, 15 minutes in a run to pausing is way better than losing your entire run and having to start over because you can't keep up with what's going on.
Right. Makes
you'll
sense to me.
Yeah, there's going to be times where a ship is just going to open a huge volley of attacks and you've got 3 rooms on fire, 1 room that's breached, 2 of your systems are down, and you need to pause, think about how to address that, and do it right. Otherwise, you're just going to get overwhelmed.
Right.
So absolutely use the pause button all the time. It's on the space bar. It's easy to do. You might be lucky enough to unlock other ships on your run, but you are forbidden to use them until your 5 hours are up and you realize, man, this is a fun game. I'm going to try out all the other ships.
I don't remember seeing that on the page.
It happened to me. It will happen to you.
I know after I got done playing, shoot, what's the one? Don't Starve. I wanted to play more.
Yeah, Don't Starve's a good one. That was my nomination. Aha.
I have Don't Starve together. We should play sometime.
Yes, we should. Oh, we should do that. Ashley wants to play that too. So we could do a 3. We could do a 3 play.
2 people or... Oh,
I think you can play up to 3, and then there's mods that'll let you go. I think you can play up to 4, and I think there's mods that'll let you go beyond that too. I want to say that off the top of my head. Seasoned players will know how to unlock these, and some ships are broken. That is true. There are some ships that are much, much easier than the Kestrel. Resources are important. Fuel, rockets, and drone parts, don't ignore them. That's very true. My personal experience, I went a long time before I started using drones. They're very useful. There are 8 sectors to complete, and then a final boss fight. The final boss fight is on Sector 8, so completing Sector 8 is also completing a run. Your first run setup should look similar to this, minus the achievement, progress, and crew names. So I took this screenshot here of the Kestrel, and you're using layout A. You can see it over here. You're starting on easy up here, and then you're going to disable the advanced content down here. And you can see I have Decky, Tater, and Quantum. They did make it to the end. That was my easy run. And then down here
I'll
is...
make sure that you're part of my crew because with the cheater I can't lose.
Yeah, you can't lose. And then here, this is achievement progress, so this is going to look different for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
don't have anything there.
so, as Kylo and I were discussing before we opened stream, this game has an instruction manual. However, it was only distributed amongst Kickstarter backers, so I could not find a copy of it. So what I decided to do is I'm going to take a few, I have a few screenshots I found, and I'm just going to kind of explain what's on there and what you're looking at. So we'll start here with the Kestrel itself, with the hangar. I'll see if I can't zoom in a little better. Ooh, that's really zoomed in. There, we'll try that. Alright, so down here you have your ship systems. These are your shields. Each layer of shields costs 2 power. These are your engines. Each level of engine gives you more evasion, which is very important for things like missiles, because missiles will pierce shields. This is your oxygen system. You can upgrade this for 2 reasons. So one is if you are in a situation where you have multiple breaches and you're losing oxygen quickly, you can add more power to the oxygen system and try to counteract that as much as you can. Try to mitigate it. But furthermore, probably the best thing about upgrading your oxygen is that if it takes damage, then it has extra hit points and it's still operating. Whereas if you only leave it at stage 1 here, the second it takes damage, you're losing oxygen. Next one here is your weapon systems. These go up to 8 power. You can maximize these out at 8 power. So when you are selecting your weapons loadouts through the game, keep that in mind that you can only have a max of 8 power. So if you're loading up, all 4 slots here with weapons that use 4 power, you're only going to be able to power 2 of them at a time maximum. Next thing you have here is your med bay. Same concept as the oxygen. You can power that up to heal faster, or you can power it up so that it just has more hit points. When your units get damaged, move them in the med bay, make sure the med bay is powered, and it will heal them. This one is the piloting system. Thankfully, piloting doesn't take any energy. You don't have to power it. However, in order for your ship to A, jump to any other location, or B, have any sort of evasion, you need to have the pilot room manned. You need to have someone in there. If you upgrade this, it will engage an autopilot system. So if you have it at level 2, you get half your evasion, and at level 3 you get 80% of your evasion. Then you have your cameras. These are your sensors. So this allows you to not only see inside your ship, but as you upgrade it and have it manned, by having a man in there, it basically levels it up one more time. You can see more details about the opponent's ship. And then the last one here, see here, is doors. So while the doors are functional, you don't have to power them. But while they're functional and undamaged, you can click on any of these doors and open and close them at will. You can pause the game and open and close doors at will. This is really handy because as fires spread, you can open, say, the outside doors and start letting all the air out. Having no air will suffocate a fire. Conversely, if you have fires in one room and you want to keep them from spreading, you can close the doors in that room and try to keep it contained as much as possible. As you upgrade the doors, it takes more damage for fires or intruders to break through the door, because they can teleport onto your ship and then you have to manually fight them.
Man, I'm going to be playing this game like a Star Trek simulator.
Yeah, it kind of is like a Star Trek simulator. It's fun. I love this game so much. You'll start with 2 weapons. The Artemis missile, which is probably the second worst missile in the game, next to the Leto. The Leto is by and far the worst, but it's a decent. Overall, it's still a decent weapon. It will pierce up to 3 layers of shields.
After Jared Leto.
Yep, that's what I call it, the Jared Leto missile. Yeah, so as you fire the Artemis, it will consume a missile. Do you have a screenshot of where they go to upgrade? I don't, but I can find one real quick. So when you fire the Artemis missile, it can pierce shields, and it will do damage to the room. If you fire on an empty room, it's just going to damage the hull, but if you fire on a room with a system, it will damage that system, which is nice. So you could drop their shields, you could drop their weapons, you could drop their piloting, their engine, whatever. Artemis does, I think it does 2 damage, and it charges up after about like 12 seconds, I think. Burst Laser 2 is probably one of the best weapons in the game, just because it takes 2 power to power up, and it fires 2 shots, and it fires those 2 shots quite quickly. So you get really good damage output. Oh, thank you. You get really good damage output based off of how much energy you have to put into it. And then you have 3 crew members here. They're human, so they're kind of jack of all trades. They're not really any good at anything, but they're also not really bad at anything. Oh, they're bad at breathing when there's no oxygen. In the advanced content, there is a unit you can get that only breathes when there's no oxygen. and he actively absorbs oxygen from any room he's in.
Well then.
Oh, 3 shots. Thank you, Decky. You're right. Yes, it's 2 energy for 3 shots, which makes them even better. That's why I like the burst laser too, because the BL1 is 2 shots for 2 energy. So yeah, BL2 is just great efficiency. All right, I pulled up some screenshots, and let's see if I can pop it open. Here we go. All right, so here's what your ship is going to look like when you're just sitting there and there's nothing to do. Up here you have your hull, so each pip of this is basically 1 hit point for your hull. Obviously when that's gone, your ship explodes and the game's over. This is your scrap, this is your currency. Use this to upgrade your systems, your ship. Use this to go to stores and buy stuff, refuel, repair, it's currency. Here's your current layer of shields. As you can see, they have four layers of shields and they're all powered up right now. And if you go down here corresponding, you can see they have 8 energy applied to their shields. This is your fuel. Try not to run out, because usually when you run out, that starts the death spiral. When you run out, it's not technically game over. You have the option to stay in place and turn on your distress beacon, and then you just hope that someone with fuel comes by before the rebel ships come. These are your missiles. So when you're firing the Artemis missile, or you can see here they have the Breach 2 missile. It consumes these. And these are your drone parts, and I specifically picked out a picture here that has the drone system installed. So you can see they have a Defense 1 drone and an Anti-Ship 2 drone. The Anti-Ship 2 is actually advanced content, so you won't see this. But there's other drones. They've upgraded it to level 4, so they could have up to 4 energy. So they could have like 2 Defense 1 drones or 1 Anti-Ship 2 active at the same time. Here you can see FTL drive. So this is basically your engine's ready to jump to the next node. You can do this mid-combat. It just takes time to charge. Once combat's over, it charges instantly. Ship allows you to open the menu to look at what's in your inventory, to look at your crew members, and to also look at your upgrades. Down here is your total power. This here in the bottom left corner is your total power. You can see they have 4 unallocated power bars, and everything else is allocated. This is their max here.
Wait, hold on. What? They have 4 unallocated?
Yeah, 4 unallocated. You see these green ones? Pip, 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 pip.
The green means that they're unallocated?
Correct. So they could put more power.
Okay, that whole thing is the unallocated. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, so all the empty ones are all the ones that are already assigned to shields and engines and all that. But these green ones here means they have this power they could put to other systems, so they could power the Breach and the Heavy Ion if they wanted to. Without.
Yeah, I was reading it backwards. Like. Like I was thinking that it should have been like the total of everything that's been used, but no, it's you're taking from the far left pile into the other things.
Exactly. Yep. Up here in the actually right here you can see in the little words here is evade. So it's showing that they currently have 45% evasion, and the things that contribute to that are your engine. So how much this is upgraded, as well as how much it's powered. Plus, if you have a guy on engines and a guy in the pilot, they will add to that evasion percentage. And the more that you dodge, while you have those guys in those systems, they start leveling up. They start actually gaining skill points. So you can see here.
Shut up, Wesley.
So you can see here it has a little yellow person with 2 stars. 2 stars that means they're maxed experience. So they are the best at running engines. And the pilot over here, he's the best at piloting. So you get like a bonus, I want to say like 15% evasion just between those 2 factors.
Elvin, lay a course for, I don't know.
Similarly, you can see there's a 2-star operator on the shields and a 2-star operator on the weapons. Having a leveled up guy on shields means the shields will recharge faster, and having a level 2 guy on the weapons means the weapons will charge faster. Just both are good things. And right here, one other thing. Here's your oxygen level. This is the average oxygen over the whole ship. So if it's like 95% or 93% or something like that, you might have one room that's breached and has no oxygen in it.
Okay.
Hi, Garlets. Yeah, I'm taking my wife to go look at home and garden stuff today. So we're doing early pre-3. Welcome in, buddy. And
you told me that you're going to a strip club.
yeah, that too. Home and garden.
Oh, I get it now.
So yeah, this is just kind of a general idea where your oxygen's at. You'll notice the rooms will start turning more and more pink as they are running out of oxygen. And finally, once they are completely out, it'll be like pinks with stripes. So it should be pretty easy to see. Yeah. Over here you have these are the current crew members. You'll start with 3, and you can gain more as you progress. You can hire them at stores.
Faces.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at stores you can hire them, but you'll also pick them up through various quests that you come across. Looks like they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 humans. Who I said like before, jack of all trades, master of none. This here is a rockman. They are very poor at repairing. They're not very good at fixing stuff. However, they are really, really good at putting fires out. Also, they have more hit points than a human does. Then here we have, this is an Engie. These guys are the best at repairing, so they will fix stuff incredibly quick. However, they are not very good at hand-to-hand fighting, and they have fewer hit points than a human. So they're a little bit fragile, but they're incredible for repairs. Not shown is the Zoltan, which are like green glowing aliens. They're probably some of my favorite units. They have the same hit points as the Engie. They're not good at hand-to-hand fighting. However, they will provide 1 bar of power to whatever system they're in.
Okay.
Whatever system they're standing in.
Oh, hey, no.
Be nice to Sam.
Now you can say it. Now you can say it. It was actually Sam this time. But I did that just for you, Mark.
Aw. How kind. But yeah, so the Zoltans are my favorite just because they give you power beyond what your reactors can hold. So you can go above the maximum using those units. Let's see, what else do we have to look at here? We have the shields powered to 4. Engines look like they're powered to 5. We have oxygen here, which is 1 out of 2, so they could actually put more oxygen if they wanted to, but as you can see, it's kind of pointless. 1 out of 2 med bay, so 1 guy's in here healing up.
If oxygen was lower, would it be wise to put that extra point in oxygen, or is that something that is kind of irrelevant unless there's like a lot of damage to the ship?
So with oxygen, you can temporarily depower it completely, like take all the power out of the oxygen. And what that does is then your whole ship starts losing oxygen slowly. So it is a good temporary fix if you just, I need 1 more power to power this missile once. It's a good option to do temporarily. If you leave it for too long, then you run out of oxygen. Units that are in a room without oxygen start losing hit points quickly. Which becomes a problem when you have like a breached room.
Right.
So they're in there trying to fix the breach while losing hit points rapidly.
No, that's the microphone.
But yeah, if you have multiple breaches and a whole lot of oxygen missing from your ship, then you could dump extra power into it to get it back up to a healthy level quickly.
Okay.
So then we'll take a look down here at the weapons. So we have a breach missile. So this is a missile that requires 2 power to power up. This little bar here on the far left side is the charge. So once you activate it, then it starts charging up until it's ready to fire.
Okay, I apologize. I have another question real
Yeah.
fast regarding oxygen.
Yeah.
If you were low on oxygen and had stuff fixed, and then you put 2 into oxygen to refill, once it got to 100, you can. Did you stop? You can bring it back down to 1 afterward, right? Like
Correct.
if you said
Yeah.
that, I'm sorry, I'm dealing with the cat.
No, you're fine. No, that's actually
Okay.
That's actually a really good point. And that makes me realize I didn't explain how to add and subtract energy. So you just left click on these icons to add energy to that system, and then you right click to remove energy from that system.
Okay.
So when you remove it, it goes back into the pool over here, and then when you add it, it takes from the pool.
Okay.
Same with weapons and same with drones. Um, This looks amazing. It also tense as fuck. Diverting power around the ship to fight fire is hectic. Yes, yes, Garlips, and you missed this, Garlips. Decky made a point of this on the rules, and I want to highlight, underline, bold, big word art this. Use the pause button because you can change the power while you're paused. It's the space bar. Use it frequently. Use it every single battle. Next weapon here, we have in the weapon 2 slot, we have the burst laser 2. You can see it's powered up because these little bars are filled up. The charge is full and it's green, so that means it's ready to fire. All right, that one's ready to go. You have 2 ways of firing this. One is just to click it, and then you click on what system. Yes, make sure you are pausing. You can click it and you can click on what area of the opponent's ship, and I have another screenshot of combat that I'll show. But you click on an area of the opponent's ship and it'll fire at it. If you have auto fire on, you can click this here, or you can push the letter V. Then it'll just continuously fire as soon as it's charged, which is not always the best option, right? Especially with beam weapons. I'm going to skip over here to beam weapons. Most
bean weapons.
beans. So beam weapons have a plus and minus to them, right? Pros and cons. Pros, they never miss. Never ever miss. It completely ignores your opponent's evasion. Con, they don't pierce shields.
Mm-hmm.
So
that makes sense. It'll wear them down, I'm sure.
No.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't wear down the shields.
No. There is a special kind of shield which you'll encounter, the Zoltan shield. The Zoltan shield is like a green barrier some enemies will have, and it basically has a life bar and it doesn't recharge. The beam weapons will reduce damage on a Zoltan shield. It will not reduce damage on a regular shield. Now, there's one exception to this. Well, there's one exception to them not doing damage. The glaive beam here will typically do 2 damage to every room it hits. If they only have 1 shield up, 1 layer of shield, then the overflow damage will go to the ship. So you'll be hitting each room for 1. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So it does 2 damage. And if they have only 1 shield, it's doing 1 damage. If they have 2 or more shields, it's not going to do shit. When you click to aim the beams, you'll notice you don't just select one room. It has you select the begin point and the end point. It is a straight line. Just bzzz. So when you are aiming it, and hopefully you're paused while you're aiming it, try to select as many rooms as you can hit. So, pro tip here: don't auto fire beams. Have them primed and ready to fire. So as soon as your burst laser here takes out the shield, you pause, you aim your beam, you unpause. So while that shield's recharging, you can knock out some systems. Third weapon we have here that we skipped over is an ion cannon. So they have the heavy ion. Ion does not do damage whatsoever. It does not do damage. What it does do is if it hits the shield, it will more or less stun the shield, right? So it will keep that layer of shield down for several seconds. It will not allow it to recharge.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Garlips, dude. I've put so much time into this game. I love it. As soon as I was done with my 5 hours, I have already done 4 more runs. Yeah, we'll go over boarding, Decky. That's a good idea.
I'm sorry to interrupt. NG is watching your mouse move.
Oh. Ooh.
What is that?
So the heavy ion, like I said, it doesn't do damage, but if it hits a shield, it'll more or less stun one layer of shields for like 4 or 5 seconds before it allows it to recharge. Usually that's enough time for the heavy ion to charge and fire again, so it starts kind of stacking up. If the shield is down and you hit a system directly with the ion, it will stun that system. So if you hit, so let's say their shield is down and you hit their weapons with the ion, it'll probably take off the top 2 blocks of their weapons for 5-10 seconds. So it's a good, it has its purposes. They're usually pretty cheap to get if you do purchase them. Personally, I would rather just have a burst laser. I'd rather be doing damage. Next thing we have here is the drones. And when you activate one of these, it does consume a drone part. So that's, another currency there you got to be aware of. And you also have to power it. So if I clicked here, if I left click defense 1, it would activate one of these defense drones here. And it would take 2 power from my pool to power it up, and then it would consume 1 drone. Now, they have a multitude of uses. Hey Stormy, welcome in. Now it's Pre-3. Now we're into it. So like the defense drones are pretty useful. They will shoot down incoming missiles. And if you have a defense drone 2, Mark 2, they take 3 power. They'll actually shoot down incoming lasers as well. So they're pretty handy. But you can also get like combat drones, which will repeatedly fire on the enemy ship. You can get anti-personnel drones, which are basically big security bots that run around and fight intruders. Yeah, shooting down lasers, you know what? It's the future, right? Anything's possible. Right here, you can actually see. This is I don't know how they did this, but they activated a system repair drone right here, and he just walks around the ship. And if any of the systems get broken or there's a breach, he goes in and starts fixing it. They're super handy. I think they're only 1 power to power up, and they ignore oxygen. So if there's a breach and the room's out of oxygen, they can just safely go in there and R2D to it.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
They rock. I love those guys.
That's not your cursor.
You can even get a hull repair drone, and that will heal you between 3 to 5 points of hull per drone part. So handy, handy, handy. Over here you can see your subsystems. These don't require power, but they will show you how upgraded they are. So here's your piloting. You can see you have the 2-star pilot, so he's adding extra evasion. They have a level 3 camera, so they can see their own ship, they can see the opponent's ship, they can see the inside of the opponent's ship, and they can see the people moving around inside the opponent's ship.
And then they can also see what the people inside the ship are watching on their own ship.
If they had another person manning that and brought it up to level 4, they would also see where the opponent is, which systems the opponent is powering. You can see the opponent's power usage, which is a little more than necessary. Honestly, I don't really pay attention to that, but it is handy. And then you can see the door system. The more levels of doors that you upgrade, the stronger they are, the harder it is for fires to breach through them and harder for intruders to break through them. Here's 2 very, very, very handy buttons. The top one is close all doors. The top one is close all doors. If you have open doors, click that, they're all closed. This one is open all inside doors. So it doesn't open the outside doors and let all the oxygen out. But what it does do is open all the inside ones. Now, why would you do that? Well, if you have a room that has no oxygen in it, if you open all the inside doors, it will balance out, right? So the room that doesn't have oxygen will get oxygen. The rooms around it will lose oxygen. But you only need 1% oxygen in a room to breathe. So,
well, that's good.
yeah. So, basically what you do then is, if you have one strategy there is if you have a breach, then you can open the doors around that room, and it will kind of help mitigate the loss of oxygen while you fix that breach. If you don't have time to fix the breach, then it's best to seal that off into one room. So you have options. There's strategy, and the more you work with it, the better feel you'll get for like, okay, I can fix this breach now, or no, this needs to wait till after the battle. Let's see here. Let's go to my other photo. This is what combat looks like. Hey. Shh. Thank you. Alright, so this is what combat looks like. Over here on the right, you can see the enemy ship. This is actually a Zoltan ship, but it looks like their Zoltan shield has been taken down because it will be usually a green shield, and it'll have another health bar down here.
Okay.
So you can see right here, warning, intruders detected. Right here, they are fighting it out. You can see there's enemy health bars, there's friendly health bars. They are fist fighting down there in the shields room. You can see right here, there's a fist showing you that's where fighting is happening. You can see right here, this half red, half green health bar. That means that they have halfway damaged, basically put half a hit point of damage on the shields. If they don't complete that bar, and then they get, thwarted, then that bar instantly restores. They have to get one full complete hit point of damage for it to stick. Let's see, what else can we show here?
Right back, sorry.
Okay. You'll see right here, Flak 1. That's an advanced feature, so you won't see flak cannons, unfortunately. They are the most overpowered weapon in the game, in my opinion. Over here, or up here actually, you can see the FTL drive is charging. It's not charging right now because there's no pilot. You have to have someone in the pilot seat, and you have to have an engine powered for this FTL drive to charge. When it's fully charged, it'll say jump, and you can use that to flee combat if you want. Otherwise, it will automatically power as soon as combat's over. You'll see the ship icon here is grayed out and it says in danger because you're in combat. And then over here, we have the Zoltan ship that we were looking at. This up here is its health bar. This is its whole health. Here we can see it has 3 layers of shields. And you can see actually on our shields, 2 layers have been depleted, and they're recharging right now. It'll recharge one layer at a time. You can see, just looking at their weapons, they have 2 lasers, a beam, and an ion, just by looking at them. You can see here's their weapon system, their O2, their engine, their shields. This is mind control, and that is an advanced feature, so you will not get mind controlled, which is nice, because mind control it's not horrendous, but it is annoying. So anyway, what you could do here is he's got 3 burst laser 2s, and a flak 1, which is an amazing setup right here. You could put all 3 of these onto the shields and fire them all at the same time. You could probably put this on auto fire and watch it just tear the ship apart. Yeah. Let's see. Decky, anything else I should yeah. Anything else you can point out? Oh, here's one of the Zoltan units. Green glowy dude. And you can see there's a yellow bar of energy on the engines. That's the energy he's providing. Anything I'm missing on this decky? You can see like they're full health. All their systems are fine. As they get damaged. Oh, good call, Ash. Good call. Over here, down below, you have two buttons. Right here is the save crew position. So once you put them in all the rooms you want them to be at most of the time, you can click this and it will save their position. So then once they are, once they get scattered for repairs or they're fighting off enemies, you can push this button or press enter and it will have them go back to their assigned positions. It's handy. It's useful. You keep buffering. Yeah, I did talk about scrap. Scrap is your currency. Shops can have 2 pages. That's true. Watch the tabs. That's a good idea. Show the map and the sectors. Let's do that. Let's find a map and sector here. Let me close that for a minute. Welcome back, Kylo.
Hey.
Let's see. FTL sector map. So this is what your sectors are going to look like. If I can get a full...
That looks like a fish.
So you'll see, you start here on the far left. The boss is over here on the far right. As you go through it, there'll be different colored nodes that you can pick from. And purple indicates that's a nebula. So nebulas tend to have what's called a plasma storm in them from time to time. And if you get caught in a plasma storm, you have your reactor only works at half energy. So you have to really scrape by on low energy things. Green are friendly sectors. You're still going to get in fights. I haven't noticed a terrible amount of difference. But I think they have more stores and more just, hey, I went here. Oh, these guys are friendly to the Federation. They give you a gift. Stuff like that. And then red are hostile sectors. So these could be pirates. These could be mantids. They could be rock. Just people who are generally going to fight you. Let's see if there's the base map. Nope, I don't see it. Okay, here's a good map. So here's a sector map. So when you're in a sector, this looks like a nebula. All this purple stuff, and you'll see the nodes are all surrounded with blue. Those are nebula nodes. Oh, good call, Decky. Good call. So these are all nodes. Your goal here is to go one by one. Try to get over to the exit. It's a roguelike, so try to maximize the amount of nodes you can hit before you get the exit. As every node you visit, you'll start seeing this red circle start to creep over from the left side. You want to stay out of the red circle. That's the rebel fleet. As you enter a node, there's a random chance you could enter into an asteroid belt where your ship will be pelted. Your ship and the opponent's ship will be pelted with asteroids. Every few seconds or so, your shield will take a hit from an asteroid. This can work against you, this can work for you. If you take out your opponent's shields, suddenly their ship is being pelted by asteroids. Neutron stars. So I believe neutron stars are advanced content, but plasma storms are not. The plasma storm, like I said, it happens in nebulas, and what it means is your reactor can operate only at half power. So you have to, probably go with one shield, maybe one hip into engines, and maybe half your weapons. Stormy, you want to try to maximize the number of nodes you hit so that you can get the most rewards before you move on to the next sector. If you highlight a node, you will see all the different travel paths. So one pro tip for me, once I enter a new sector, I start at the exit and I plot a course. I look for a way around that I can feasibly get to the exit and hit as many nodes as possible. You want to get as many, yeah. There's a tightrope to walk here. You want to hit as many as you can, but you do not want to get caught by the rebel fleet. If you get caught by the rebel fleet, not only are you probably going to take a ton of damage before you can leave, if you do blow up the other ship, all you get is 1 fuel. So, yeah, the rebel fleet are bad news. And the other thing, suns. Yes, suns. Sometimes you'll jump into a node that is close to a nearby star. And what happens is you'll get an alarm that'll sound. It'll go whoop, 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 whoop. And then a big solar flare will hit, and you will get random fires on your ship. It will happen to the opponent's ship as well. So, you know, there's some even Steven there. It's just really annoying. If you're lucky, it's in an unoccupied room, and you can just open the doors to the outside and smother it. But sometimes it happens in your fucking shield room, and then you gotta send everybody in there to put the fire out. So, let's see. Ash mentioned the upgrade. Let's do upgrade. So this is what your Stormwalker. So this is what your upgrade system page will look like. So you can get a maximum of 25 power. This is shields. This is engine. Blah blah blah. These are drones. This is a teleport. So if you want to teleport your units onto the opponent's ship, you can do that and have them fist fight. If they decide not to fist fight you, you can manually take their systems down that way. This is mind control. It's advanced content. You will not see that. And then down here you can see piloting, sensors, and doors. If you hover your mouse over any of these systems, you can see it'll tell you how much scrap it costs to upgrade and then what that does. So 2 points of engine, you get 10% evasion, and your FTL charges 1.25 times faster. And it just goes up and up and up from there.
Mark, before we finish, I just want to quickly interrupt you. I apologize. But before we finish, before you end the stream, I want to ask you a few questions regarding your stream.
Okay. You are welcome to ask me anything you want, buddy.
Just tech questions.
Okay.
Stuff that can wait. Doesn't need to be now.
Sure. Here's what your inventory screen will look like over here on the left. So you can see they've got this ship that they're flying only has 3 slots for weapons. The Kestrel A will have 4 slots. Then you can have 2 slots for drones. If you get the drone upgrade, you have to purchase it. And then you have cargo for 4 other things. And this actually reminds me, you get 3 slots for things called augmentations. These are basically passive bonuses. So right here they have long-range scanners, which is nice because that tells you what is in each node that surrounds you. The next thing they have is the automated reloader, and what that does is cuts 10% off of your weapon charge time, which is nice. And then they have what I would say is the best augmentation and the most expensive one, the weapon pre-igniter. This will, anytime you get into combat, any of your weapons that are powered, the first time, as soon as you get into combat, they start out charged up. So you might think, okay, well that's handy. Yes, that's incredibly handy if you have a laser and a beam weapon. Like right off the bat, before they can even charge their weapons, you've dropped their shields and hit them with a big laser blast. You want to know how I beat easy? It was weapon pre-igniter and a halberd beam.
Well, there you go.
Yep, that's what it was. I was able to just go in there and I killed probably half the ships before they could shoot. It was wonderful. I think that's about it. think. Do you have any? Do you have any questions, chat or Kylo here?
Are there any tutorials that we're allowed to play beforehand?
I don't think the game has a tutorial. Yeah, that's kind of why I got a little more in depth on like grabbing screenshots and stuff here. There's no tutorial and there's no instruction book. It does have a tutorial, Hex? Oh, okay. Let's see. I'll pop it up. Loading. Okay, yeah. Wow. Totally just mind hold that. There is a tutorial.
Okay. Are we allowed to do that without progressing the timer?
What do you say, Deck? It's your nom. Yeah.
Excuse me.
I totally went into this completely, like, falls to the wall. Yeah, ask the council.
I am the council.
We only have 3 members here. Decky might not be able to answer. Let's wait and see about that. I don't, like, personally, my opinion, I don't see why that would be any problem. You'll probably just get the same information I just told you.
Yeah, but at least this way you'd be able to kind of...
There he is. Yeah. Decky, there's a tutorial in FTL. Are they allowed to play it? I don't really see any reason not to allow it, but it's not like it, you can just pick up from the tutorial and go, but it does, it's a pretty tech heavy game. Also, Garlets, congratulations on winning the wheel of week 17.
Man, I was looking at that and it's like it came so close to Tater and I having reverse spots.
Oh yeah.
Damn
it, Decky. Always Decky ruining everything. Of course. Okay. Yeah. This might be delayed. Yeah. Okay. So Decky says tutorial's okay, and yeah, I don't see any reason why you couldn't. We allow tutorials on all of the games. All right. There you go. The man himself has spoken. Play the tutorial. It'll do you good.
Yep. Okay.
Like I said, I didn't see why that would be a problem, but just something I want to be sure on. All right. Decky. Yeah, untimed. Yeah, that's a good clarification. I would assume so. It's just a tutorial.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so basic roguelike playstyle applies here. Try to scrounge and scrape every penny, every scrap, every weapon that you can.
Don't get blown up right by the exit.
Don't get blown up right by the exit, yeah. Okay, cool. Good. All right. Any other questions from chat or Kylo? You're fine, Decky. Yeah, Ashley's right. This is an absolutely lovely game. One of my all-time favorites. All right. Kylo, did you want to ask me stream questions on stream, or did you want to ask them post stream?
It can like as long as you still need to be recording, but
okay,
it can
that's
be
fine.
Just afterward, it's fine.
Ashley has the same Pavlovian response I do. All right. Yeah. With that said, just have fun, guys. It's a great game. Use every run. Use that to learn something new about the game. Try different weapons. Let's get the picker wheel up here. All right. Who's gonna win today?
I hope it's not you.
Well, someone mentioned that Grom might be jumping in for this round, and I'm pretty sure he could beat me.
Whoa, you went really muffled there.
Oh, sorry. Someone had mentioned, well, Stormy, looks like you're taking 10th.
Stormy's taking 10th. All right.
Someone mentioned that Grom might be jumping in this round, and
Ah.
he has a lot of experience in this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he could beat me. You asked and the wheel answered.
It's a benevolent wheel for some fucking reason.
Oh my.
Son of a bitch.
We're getting a lot of people getting clears, apparently.
Or at least into the normal.
Right.
Or maybe that's what you meant.
Yeah. That's fine.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Ash somehow reverses time, goes back, and does a better job than she actually did.
Hey, if I can time mage, so can she.
You're right. To be fair to Ash, she's got a pretty good spot already, so. There's Hextree, who's also finished his run already.
Man, you guys are taking the good bottom spots here.
Sorry about children sounds. They are awake currently.
It's perfectly fine. Oh no, not kids.
Quantum P1. I don't think he's played this game, and honestly, I don't think he's going to really enjoy this one. Maybe he will. He's surprised me before.
Well, I mean, he came in 6th place, so, you know.
He must be doing pretty good, yeah.
Only to be beaten out by... Only to be beaten out by...
Wow.
Mr. Mad Internet, alright.
Mr. Matt crushes in 2.5 hours. To be fair, if I had beaten my normal run, I'd have been right about 2.5 hours with 2 clears.
There you go. 4th place gonna go to... Fishman himself.
I could see that. This is a Kythius type game. I think he would enjoy this one a lot, if he hasn't already. Yeah. This could be one he finds time for sure.
And now for the top 3, starting with number 3. Get him the fuck out of here.
I don't know if he's played this game. I saw he just recently acquired it on Steam, so...
He did just acquire it, yep. Number 2.
Number 2.
Must be some beginner's luck for him then.
Yeah, no kidding. Just clicks with him right away.
Tom the Wizard.
Tom Wiz. Yeah, Stormy, Kylo and I were both saying that, like, we're pretty sure we didn't buy this game outright and we got it in a bundle or something.
That's my guess. And for week 19, the number 1 player for FTL goes to...
Alright, our champion.
Oh,
peop-
fuck Tater.
the
No!
The people's champion.
I can't. Good job, Tater.
Good job, Tater.
Oh, that was a really good rivalry, though, between him and I.
Oh, I loved seeing that back and forth between you guys.
Stupid idiot rat adventures.
Oh, I love Rocket Knight. It's so good.
I did have to go back, and you were there. You watched me. I didn't stream the actual beating the game, except for on Discord, but I couldn't leave it with just at the final phase of the final boss. So
Yeah, you gotta just cap it off, finish it off. All right, read us off.
all All right, to recap, at number 10 is Stormfeather. At number 9 is Markman. At number 8 is Ashnocked. At number 7 is Hextree. At number 6 it is Quantum underscore P1. At number 5 it is Mr. Matt Internet. At number 4 it is Kythius. At number 3, Big Captain. 2, Tom the Wizard. And at number 1, Tater 84.
Yeah, Tater already did his run, and he is definitely not getting first unless he goes back in time again. We've got a few time travelers apparently on this wheel.
Well, you know, it happens.
Now, I know Hex did really well. Steven, I think you're gonna do pretty good too. This is your kind of game, I think. Kythius, same. Octo's already submitted. Decky and Tater have already submitted. Garlips, I think you could do pretty well too. Tom's kind of a mystery. I'm not sure how Tom will take this one. Stormy? I think you could be the dark horse of this one. This one's going to be a coin flip for you. You're either going to absolutely love it or you're going to absolutely hate it. Just my vibe. Just my vibes. And Kylo, I think you'll enjoy this one too. I think you'll have a lot of fun.
I have seen footage played in the past, and it looks fun. And in my mind, as long as I'm going to pretend it's a Star Trek simulator, I think I'm going to enjoy it. So I probably won't place on the podium, but it probably will be a game that I will play after the wheel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can almost guarantee you'll be playing it after the wheel. It's a drug. All right. I think that's it for us then.
All right. So I'll just start techno babbling with you.
All right.
Can drop out as they see fit.
Okay, techno babble me. Oh yeah.
All right.
Steven's right. You can rename your crew, so make sure to name them after wheelers so that we can watch all our friends die.
There we go. Just like in Worms. I was wondering what your streaming bitrate is.
5,000.
Out of OBS.
5,000.
You have it set at 5,000.
Yep.
What is your current upload speed with your ISP?
Upload speed? It's a good check.
Yeah.
Let's speed test. Let's find out.
And I presume you are connected via, actual Ethernet cable.
Correct.
No.
Let me find out.
Well, at least we all died together. Except for, I guess, Mark.
I mean, hey, let's see. It was Tater, Decky, and who did I have on my first ship? Tater, Decky, and somebody else. Quantum. Yeah, they survived. Speed test is telling me right about 7 or 8 upload.
Okay.
Megabit.
You might want to. I mean,
Even
this
9.
is just from what I'm noticing. Like whenever sudden movement occurs on your stream, it gets very, very pixelated. I mean, you could try bumping that up to maybe 55 or 6,000 for a bit rate.
Okay. It's a good.
That might help
Good.
you out.
Yeah, I do have some drop frames. It looks like about 0.2% right now, so looks like I did have a couple of little hiccups.
Yeah.
And we did just recently get an upgrade on our service, so
Oh, good.
we probably could support a higher upload rate.
Yeah. I mean, it's just weird because I stream at 5,000. I don't know if it's because you have so much stuff on the screen at once, but
It
when
could
I
be.
stream, I do too. It's not something I noticed, but I could be way off. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you're right. It could just be like the transitions that are throwing shit up. But and it also could be that I've got all this going, plus I'm showing your face as well, so I've got that.
True. If
Chipping
we ever
into
did,
things.
If we ever did a like a race or something, and I'm hosting, definitely we'll go through the what is it, VDO Ninja or whatever. See how
Yeah.
that goes.
Yeah, Garlitz, who I think is still here, will be hosting a lot of races in the off season. So
Yep,
Well,
he's signed me up for an Ocarina of Time rando, so he just needs to name the time, and that'll be fun.
and I believe he was saying, well, I'll put our stuff up into VDO, and then he'll grab all that and put that onto the Wheel of Struggle stream page.
Excellent.
So, cool. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll look into bumping it up because I mean it seems to be holding steady. I mean, I have it at 5,000, but it always seems to be going up to like 51, 52. So, seems to be doing okay. Anywho, yeah. Have a good weekend, everybody. Best of luck with FTL. I will be watching as much as possible because I love this game.
You enjoy your date with Ash today?
Yes, hopefully we will not come home with a build-it-yourself greenhouse. Pray for me. So, everybody have a good one. Let's see who is online. Anybody we know? Anybody I know? Anybody you know?
My friend Lasagna is playing Dark Souls.
Saro is streaming, but yeah, we'll raid Saro. I haven't seen him in a while. He's playing
Alright,
He's
you go.
playing poker. Friend of the wheel. He dipped out earlier in the season, and hopefully he'll be coming back. So maybe this will get him to come back. So, all right, guys. Best of luck. Catch you next
Have
week.
a good one. Alrighty, have a good one, man.
Hey, you take care, dude.